Today on the Poverty Mindset Says podcast, we'll be exploring my potential doppelganger, discussing the shocking revelation about the Honey browser plugin. Wow! And other stuff too, so go ahead and stick around. Let's start by exploring my potential doppelgangers, and this is just a bit of a goof. It came about because I was grocery shopping today, and somebody came up to me and said, "Every single time I see you here, I have to do a double take because your doppelganger is on SNL. Looks the same as you, has the same glasses. I swear it is you." My response was, "Here's a secret. It is me. I am on Saturday Night Live." But I have not seen SNL since Will Ferrell was on it. So I have no idea what the cast looks like, who it is, who I may look like, who my doppelganger is. So I went ahead and jumped on Google and looked up the current cast of SNL, and I pulled the 3 people with glasses, and I want this to be an interactive visual experience. I am going to put up headshots. I will attempt to mimic them, and you tell me who my doppelganger is and if you see it, because frankly, I don't. Option number 1 is James Austin Johnson, a repertory player. This is me doing my James Austin Johnson. Does this look like me? I don't see it. Maybe it's just because we're white dudes with glasses. I mean, many people probably think white dude, glasses, it's the same person. Big nose, it's the same person. Thinning hair, it's the same person. You know, after I list all these traits, perhaps we do. Perhaps he is my doppelganger. Option number 2. Sarah Sherman. Is this me, Sarah Sherman? White person, glasses, and darkish hair, although my hair is now going gray/white, so I don't think this is it. But perhaps this person is gender blind, that's a possibility, and they think, this guy looks like Sarah Sherman. No offense to Sarah Sherman, she is much more attractive than I. Last option. Bao and Yang. That was me attempting. I don't have dimples. He has a much better chin. And that's the only difference there. Do I look like Bao and Yang? Those are the 3 options. You tell me. I just wanted to include something silly because I was looking up who is my doppelganger. And frankly, I don't see it amongst any of them, but it's probably the James Austin Johnson guy. That's my James Austin Johnson. You tell me, who am I? Who am I? What is this, a philosophy podcast? Get lost. Next, let's discuss what I am calling the totally unpredictable, shocking revelations about how the Honey browser plugin is making money. Wow, I am so incredibly shocked. If you don't know, over the last couple of weeks, there has been a lot of hullabaloo surrounding the Honey browser plugin because a YouTuber, a channel called Megalag, did a video exposing how this browser add-in makes its money. And if you don't know what Honey is, the way that it was advertised is install this plugin. Whenever you're at the checkout section of a website, we will pop up. You can click find a coupon. We'll find the best coupon for you and apply it, and you save a bunch of money. So from the consumer side of things, sounds appealing. I like saving money. I like spending less money. Makes sense. What Megalag found is that the way they were making their money was replacing existing affiliate link cookies in a browser. So for example, if you watched one of my microphone reviews and wanted to support the channel, so you clicked an affiliate link, that would put a cookie in your browser while you're on the site. If you check out, I get a little bit of a kickback. However, if you were to click on my affiliate link, go to a website and go to make a purchase, during the checkout, Honey would pop up and say, "Do you want us to check for coupons?" If somebody clicked on that, it would erase the affiliate cookie and replace it with their own. So they would eliminate the actual driver of traffic, that individual's affiliate link, and replace it with their own. So a lot of their revenue was coming from affiliate marketing. The second thing they were doing that Megalag found was essentially making deals with websites to promise they weren't going to return the best coupons. So if there were 3 coupons available, 5%, 10%, and 15%, they would wheel and deal with that website and say, if somebody clicks find a coupon, we'll give them 5% or 10%, but we won't give them the 15%. Those are the 2 ways that they found they were making money, and needless to say, I am shocked. I am flabbergasted. I am baffled. Dare I even say, I am gobsmacked. My smack has been gobbed. A plugin that was free was earning money in a less than savory fashion. Huh? I don't mean to be so sarcastic and rude and denigrating, but I think that a lot of online content creators ought to be much more diligent about who they advertise for. Now, first thing I will say, it is not technically these YouTubers' fault. They were duped. They were not told how this browser plugin earned their money. However, I think each individual should have done some kind of thinking on it. There's no paid model, so how is this plugin going to earn money? I did this prior to ever considering installing the plugin because I was seeing a lot of ads for it. I wanted to think through it. I have said this, and many other people have said this for years. If you are not paying for a product, you are the product. So when thinking, how would a plugin like Honey make money? My first thought was, it's a browser plugin. It has access to everything you do within a browser. It's probably going to record that, aggregate it, and sell it off for marketing. That's my first thought. My second thought was affiliate links, affiliate revenue. They will sign up for every single affiliate program, and if they find a coupon, if you click on it, you're going to get paid. They're going to get paid. Those are the 2 methods that I thought they would be using to earn revenue from this free plugin, selling user data and affiliate links. I didn't think they would be replacing existing affiliate cookies. That is something that adds an additional level of shadiness to this. But it's exactly as I thought. Maybe they'll find out that they were selling user data. I am sure they have that in their EULA end user license agreement saying, if you use this, we can do whatever we want with your data. I don't want to say all these YouTubers and content creators were nefarious, they were greedy or anything. I just want to advocate, if you are advertising something, you really should be thinking about the people you're advertising to, about your audience, because they trust you. It is your obligation to ensure you are not misleading them, that you are not promoting something that is harmful to them. And I think it would have been very easy, because I am saying it would be very easy because I did it. And I am not the brightest knife in the toolbox. I am not the smartest guy. I just thought, there's no payment structure, there's no pay model. How are they earning their money? User data, affiliate links. The one thing I had not considered is the back room wheeling and dealing to determine, or I guess decide, we're not going to show the best coupon, and that will save the retailer money and likely lead to more sales because that individual, the shopper, is going to think, hey, I got a great deal. It's a discount. I need to buy it now before the coupon expires. So I'm guessing that was how it was implemented. I have never installed it. I have never used it. I just wanted to discuss this, even though it has been discussed to death, to advocate you as a content creator need to be extremely diligent about who you are advertising for, who you are advertising to, and how it is going to affect them. Next thing you know, you're going to be telling me these content creators are advertising gambling websites? They wouldn't do that. They're advertising shady VPN services where the VPN has access to every single piece of user data. They would never do that. Please just be careful. Please just be careful. People trust you. You have worked years to build up an audience and develop trust and a rapport with them. Do not throw it away for a stupid advertisement for a service, an app, anything where you do not understand how they are making money. Next, you're going to tell me these content creators are pushing cryptocurrency scams? No. I'm not going to say the whole be better. I'm not going to do that. Just think a little bit. Because once you lose that trust, you're never getting it back. You're never getting it back. I don't think the YouTubers, the content creators were doing it from a nefarious place. I don't think they were necessarily greedy. They probably just did not do their due diligence. And I get it. People make mistakes. Just do your best. That's all we can do. If you want to know more, I highly recommend checking out Megalag's video because it is fantastic. I had my conspiracy theories about how they were making money. He actually documents it. He shows how they make money. He goes really into depth. It's investigative journalism. Investigative journalism, really fantastic stuff. And 16 million views in 2 weeks. He deserves 5x that. And if you're using the Honey plugin, watch the video, and if you find it shady, consider uninstalling it. All right, that is it for the news, really. I have nothing else to discuss. Let's talk about what I have been testing. I am on the Neumann, hello, Neumann, TLM 107, hypercardioid pattern, 40 Hz high pass filter, no pad, into the Focusrite 18i20 4th gen. That's right. I am ruining my audio. I am so disappointed. You have failed us by getting a Focusrite. Some people make me laugh. That's what I am using. Still not 100% on the TLM 107, man. Still not 100% on it. Not there. Not 100% sure on it. I would love to know your thoughts. It's just not quite as good as I was hoping given the price. It's so much money. Bruh. It's a punch in the gut. Bruh. It's fine though. All right. Let's jump to what you had to say. First comment comes from Travis Shaw, and he says, on the topic of the algorithm, I've tried deleting my watch history, and that doesn't seem to make a difference. However, when I dislike a video and ask it to not recommend a channel anymore, it does seem to be effective. Travis, thank you very much for the comment, and thank you for sharing how you deal with the YouTube algorithm hellhole that can occur when you watch a single video. Oh, I watched one video on wristwatches, and now all I'm recommended are wristwatch videos. I watched one video on a fragrance, and now I own $35,000 of fragrances. Thank you for sharing that. This is great information. I would love to know from everybody else, if you watch a video, you dislike the topic, and you don't want to get your recommendations just completely obliterated and ruined and destroyed, what do you do? Do you remove it from your watch history, and is that effective? Or do you follow the same course of action as Travis, where you dislike the video and say, do not recommend a channel anymore? And is that only effective when you're recommended the video, or is it effective if you randomly go watch a video? Because a lot of people will say, I'm going to watch this video. I don't want to be recommended this nonstop, so I'll watch it. Dislike, remove from watch it. Watch history. Sorry, I ate earlier and it's coming back up. Better on the way up than it was on the way down. That's not true. Let's move to the next comment from Fluffy Bunny, and he says, quote, "There's no T in comfort zone," end quote. There's a quote for a t-shirt. Fluffy Bunny, thank you very much for the comment, and thank you for pointing out my hilarious mistake. What I should have said is there is no T in the middle of comfort. Now that we are maybe 15 minutes into the podcast, I am comfortable saying this. At the start of last week's episode, what I said was comfort zone. And to me, I think you can understand why I bleeped that out. But I thought it was so funny that I misspoke that way. I wanted to leave it in. There is no T in the middle of comfort zone. It is comfort zone, but then I followed it up with there's no T in comfort zone. And do I need to point out the error there? I don't think I do. If you needed any more indication that I am a complete and utter idiot, I do not understand the English language, look no further than this amazing This is insane. There's no T in comfort zone. That's one for the books. That is so good. And had you not pointed it out, I wouldn't have realized how ridiculous that was. Thank you very much, Fluffy Bunny. I really do appreciate it. Next, we have a comment from Andy TJR, and he says, "Happy New Year. Found your other channels through Watchcastage. I'm also trying to stop buying stuff this year. Actually trying to downsize my watch hoard to 6 because seeing all of my stuff gives me anxiety. The only thing I will never sell or give up are my guitars, though. They're sacred to me." Andy, thank you very much for the comment, and thank you for the Happy New Year wishes. I wish you a very Happy New Year as well, and I hope that you have your guitars for decades and decades. You never have to part with them, and they provide you tons of joy, use, and they have a ton of inspiration and songs just flowing out of them. That's what I wish for you. I also wish you the very best of luck, which, if you're anything like me, you will need in regards to downsizing your watch collection to 6. I do not envy you there. I will admit my personal watch collection isn't really above 4, but that's kind of cheating. But for my channel, I have a lot more watches, and maybe it is time to start letting some of them go, but getting down to 6 if you have a lot, that's a difficult task. I want to kind of talk about that because I think of a lot of us collectors kind of fall into a trap. When we first get into a new hobby, it's easy to become intoxicated and want to get as much information, get as much experience as fast as we possibly can. And in many cases, talking from personal experience, that leads to, let's call it, fiscal irresponsibility. And what I mean by that is spending too much money too fast to get that experience. And you will get that experience because you will end up buying stuff that you do not end up enjoying, you do not end up using, you do not end up needing, and then you end up hoarding as opposed to curating a collection. So I want to advocate, instead of diving headfirst into a new hobby and spending all your money and just buying stuff to try to get as much experience as you can, take a step back, really dwell in the research aspect of it, really appreciate and understand what you have, get the use out of it, determine what you like, what you dislike, and then move on to the next step. But do not rush from one purchase to the next just to get that experience, because a lot of times it ends up being a waste of money. I didn't make the mistake with microphones because that's for a channel, but I made the mistake with watches before I launched my channel. I went headfirst into watches. I made the mistake with movies. Big time with movies. There's too many. Luckily, I did learn the lesson a bit late in life, but I still learned the lesson, and I was able to apply it to a couple of newer hobbies that I picked up, like fragrances, like fountain pens. I understood you do not need to buy everything to get all the experience immediately. You can buy one thing and appreciate it until it's gone. Then you understand what you enjoy, what you don't like, what you want to improve, what could be better, and then you can move on from there and have a much better understanding of what you're looking for. With fountain pens, I understood the trap that there is with watches, with microphones, with a lot of hobbies. You can get 10 $100 microphones, watches, whatever it may be. And that's exciting because there's a lot of them, but you really only like one. So instead of spending $1,000 on 10 watches, only one of which you get use out of, you could just get a much nicer watch that you actually love. That way you have one $100 watch and one $900 watch. Both of them get a ton of wear. Same thing with microphones. You could buy 7 different $1,000 microphones. Maybe you love one of them, maybe you hate 6 of them, but you just have a lot. That is intoxicating. That's a lot of experience, a lot of choice. But why not go ahead and say, I love the U67. I'm going to get the U67. Or I love the 7B, the RE20, the TLM, the KMS 105. I'm going to get those 3 mics. I don't need anything else. That's a beautiful place to be in, and you could apply that same approach, that same thought process, that same slow rolling of adoption to every single hobby. As my heater turns on, shut up, heater! So that is my advocation. Really, I'm talking to myself, but maybe somebody can learn from my mistakes. Do not just say, I need all the experience immediately. Get one thing, understand what you like and dislike about it, and then go from there. Next, we have a comment from Sean Milo, and he says, I applaud your no-spend goal. However, I highly recommend getting all the physical media you can get your hands on while it's still possible. They're phasing it out because they want you to own nothing. Sean, thank you very much for the comment. I really do appreciate it, and for the most part, I agree with you. But before we discuss that, if you don't know Sean Milo, he is a fantastic and very talented voiceover artist. And if you have ever listened to this show, as I whistle and as I am unable to speak, Clearly not a talented voiceover artist right here, but if you have ever listened to the end of this show, Sean is the individual who voices the outro. Let's give him a round of applause. Fantastic work, Sean. You make this show better than it has any right to be. Your voice elevates it to a new tier. Yahoo! Thank you very much, Sean. Now, what I agree with you on is, number one, these companies certainly want you to own nothing because that will put you, the consumer, in a state of perpetual renting, of constantly having to repurchase a temporary license, or having to constantly pay for a subscription service. So instead of getting $20 out of you for a physical movie, now they get $20 every single month. You're a never-ending stream of cash. So I agree completely. These companies want you to own nothing because then you have to constantly repay for access to the content that you want. I also agree these companies are phasing out physical media. Physical media is no longer in a lot of stores. Best Buy, which is a technology store in America, recently eliminated their physical media section. Years ago, they eliminated CDs. Now they eliminated Blu-rays, so you can't even go into the store to buy them. I do think we will always have physical DVDs and movies. It's just going to go to the more niche boutique labels, Criterion, Vinegar Syndrome, Shout Factory, Scream Factory. There are a dozen others, Arrow Video. And the issue with that, you do get fantastic packaging, artwork, special features, but the price goes up significantly. Instead of $20 for a movie, you may be paying $40 for a movie. So I agree with you there. It's going to get more expensive, and a lot of it is being phased out and becoming much more difficult to acquire. What I don't necessarily agree with you on is getting your hands on all the physical media you can while it's still possible. The thing that I disagree with in that statement is all the physical media. I don't think you should be acquiring solely for the purpose of acquiring. I think you should be curating. And I am saying this from experience. From 2017 through 2021, 2022, I was just in the acquisition phase. Movie. I need big collection, big library, mean me, good movie collector. Idiotic mindset. Stupid. Expensive. Space consuming. It is dumb. For me, maybe for other people it's not, but for me it does not fit. I advocate curation, so instead of getting your hands on all the physical media you can, I think you should be acquiring physical media that you love, that you want to revisit, movies and TV shows that you constantly rewatch. Because as everything goes to subscription services, as licenses get revoked, re-added, revoked again, and you constantly have to buy, rebuy, and rebuy these licenses or sign up for 5,000 subscription services, owning 25 DVDs and maybe 3 or 4 TV seasons becomes a lot more affordable. Because it's a one-time cost. You're not spending $150 a month on licenses to access these shows that you've seen before that you may possibly want to see. So I agree with the acquisition of physical media for the movies, shows, albums, books that you actually love. I would advocate against collecting or acquiring, rather, for the sake of acquiring. For the sake of, look how big the library is. Library big, lots of things in it. Do I like them? Who knows? Because that was me, and it's not a good way to be. Thank you very much, Sean. I agree with you for the most part, and I appreciate you all the way. Muy bien. Thank you for the incredible voiceover at the end. Next, we have a comment from another YouTuber, Maria Meliora, and she says, "Dude, no way! You are a frag head? Okay, we gotta do a blind test exchange." Maria, thank you very much for the comment. Thank you for the questions, and I will dive into this a little bit more. But first, I want to recommend, if you are into fragrances at all, if you are into colognes, and you are looking for a new channel, go check out Maria's channel. I will throw it in the episode notes and description. Great sound, wink, wink, and great video as well. Looks great. The content is fascinating. I think I need to learn from one of them. I think it was 10 tips on how to avoid fragrance addiction, something like that. That sounds right up my alley and very beneficial. I will admit, I am a frag head. For those uninitiated, that just means that I enjoy fragrance. I am a baby frag head, though. I am not an Ash from Gent Sense. I am not a Jeremy Fragrance level frag head. I just enjoy them. I don't know all the notes. I don't know what I am smelling. I can't describe stuff eloquently. I am like a caveman. I smell it, say, this smell good. Me likey. And that's the extent of my knowledge. I'm going to talk about, if you don't care about this, there are timestamps, skip ahead. I'm going to share my fragrance journey. I started to get into colognes back in 2020, 2021 during lockdown, and it was purely because I was looking for an escape. And this is going to sound super corny, but the thing that I really came to love about colognes or fragrances is the ability of them to transport you, whether it be to a specific space, a place, a time, or a memory. And that it does that in a way that nothing else I've experienced has. For example, this isn't the bottle, but I bought Aqua de Jo, the original EDT, Eau de Toilette. And when I smell that, I used up the entire bottle. I liked it so much. But when I put that on, it transported me to the 1990s. As soon as I smelled it, I thought, I am on the beach skateboarding in San Diego. It's 1990. Everybody has trapper keepers. Everybody's wearing neon gecko shirts. This is the raddest thing ever. I love it. Another one that I picked up that did that for me, which I think I have mentioned on this show before, is, as I drop it and hopefully don't break everything, Drakkar Noir. This transports me to 1980. When you put this on and mix it with a G-Shock, you are transported to a nightclub. It's 1980. Terminator is out, and it smells like hairspray and this. It is amazing, the ability of these colognes, of these fragrances, to store memories, and the ability to evoke that just baffles me and is what really draws me into them. I have gone through a lot of different fragrance houses, niche brands, and tried a bunch, found what I like, found what I dislike. I'll share a few. I tried some Creed fragrances, Aventus, very good, but very popular. The one from them that really stuck out to me was Green Irish Tweed. That is probably my favorite that I have ever smelled. The price of their stuff is it's hard for me to swallow. So I bought Davidoff Cool Water because that was made by the same perfumer who did Green Irish Tweed, and it's similar enough. I had tried Cool Water before, but I was using a sample of Green Irish Tweed, and I didn't smell the Cool Water at all. I think I was completely nose blind, or maybe I had COVID and I didn't know it. Maybe that's a possibility. But going back to Cool Water a year later, I realized, wow, this smells very good. It's just a bit harsher than something like Green Irish Tweed, but it's, I don't know, 50 times less expensive. It's $20 as opposed to $500. And I can go for a $20 bottle of cologne that'll last you a year and a half. I also tried some Parfums de Marly, and none of them really stood out to me. High quality stuff. The one that I liked was Harrod, and the thing that I loved about it is I love tobacco. I had no idea that I would like tobacco fragrances because prior to getting into it, I would have thought tobacco smelled like cigarettes. Nope. Tobacco fragrances are very sweet and very warm and very inviting, and I love that. But again, it's a niche fragrance, so it's way too high up there, too expensive for me. I did enjoy getting some samplers, and I learned a few things that I hate that other people love, and that I love that I think other people love. I got a sample of Tom Ford ombre leather because everybody raves about it on YouTube. They won't shut up about it. This is the best. It smells so good. I put it on, and I thought, I smell like crap. This is the worst. This is awful. I hate this. But then I also got Tom Ford Black Orchid in a decant, which is technically a woman's fragrance. I don't care. It smells awesome. Very floral, but not too feminine. And Black Orchid, not Black Orchid, this is Noir Extreme. I don't know what the notes are. I don't know what's in it, but my God, is it good. And a decant, instead of spending $200 or $300, it's $20, and you get to experience it, and you don't have to spend all that money. So that is my journey into fragrances. Like I mentioned, I am a baby frag head. I have a few more. Aqua de Jo is probably my favorite. I love Drakkar Noir. I got the newer Drakkar Noir Extreme in 22. I think it came out, maybe 23. Recently started wearing that, enjoy that one. And just slowly figuring out what I like and where I want to go. So Maria, thank you very much for the comment. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to get on my soapbox and rant about colognes and fragrances and all of that, which I don't think I've ever done on this show. So thank you very much. And if you are interested in this stuff, go check out Maria's channel. It is fantastic. And I look forward to watching a lot more and learning a lot more about how to avoid fragrance addiction. Thank you very much. Next, we have a comment from Seb Zillner, and he says, I can relate a lot to what you're saying in your personal goals section and onwards. Happy New Year, dude. I appreciate listening to your episodes whenever they're dropping. Seb, thank you very much for the comment. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much for listening. The entire reason I included this, Seb is one of my favorite online musicians that I have ever come across. He is an incredible studio musician. I believe his focus is solely woodwinds, mainly sax and flute. And what he does on Instagram and YouTube is he improvises over lo-fi beats and hip-hop. Bro, it is so good. It is so good. And he always has a video where you can see the microphone, and you know me, if I can see a microphone and hear a microphone, I likey. Me likey seeing video with microphone sound good. I am a very simple man. And Seb allows me to listen to incredible music and also listen to how different instruments sound on different microphones. He uses the 7B, I think he has a few Austrian audios, maybe the 818, maybe the 16, I'm not sure. And I've seen a few others over the years, but if you are looking for good musicianship, if you like lo-fi, if you like hip-hop, I will throw links to his Instagram and his YouTube. Go show him some love, go show him support, just go enjoy some good music because that's what he's making. And he deserves the support. He's fan-freaking-tastic. So keep up the great work, Seb, and thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate you. But more importantly, I appreciate you making such amazing music. That makes the world a better place. God, that sounds so corny. That sounds so insincere. It makes the world a better place. With our powers combined. Heart, I am Captain Plant. I hate myself so much. This is just, oh gosh, the crippling self-loathing is creeping in. Stop talking, Bandrew. You're digging yourself a deeper hole. All right. Seb, thank you. Now we are jumping to the value for value section because this is a V for V podcast. What that means, this show is not behind a paywall. I do not have ads on it. I do not shove anything down your throat. I just put this show out there, and if you get any value out of it, I ask you return that in whatever way you are able, whether it be time, talent, or treasure. Today if you want I crack myself up. That is what's important. I don't care if nobody else thinks I'm funny. I have the sense of humor of a child, of a 9-year-old boy, 13-year-old boy, something like that. It's crazy. We are okay. If you want to support the show financially, you can do so via a super thanks, or you can go to podcastage.com/support. And if you don't want to support the show financially, you can just share it with somebody who may enjoy. I don't even know why I'm laughing anymore. I just got a case of the giggles. You can share it with somebody that is really beneficial to this show and really helpful. It's a 30, 45, 60-minute show sometimes that covers multiple topics. It does not do well in the algorithm, so if you can share it with somebody, that helps a ton. Today we have one super thanks from the one and only, say it with me, TechMed Rainer Richter, and it's €50, and he says, Danke, Happy New Year, Bandrew, lots of luck, health, and love for 2025. Raina, thank you so much for the €50, for the continued support, and thank you for the Happy New Year wish. I hope you have a fantastic 2025 as well, full of luck, health, love, and also enjoyment of tons of amazing art, listening to amazing music, maybe seeing some amazing concerts, enjoying some amazing scenery. I wish you all the best in 2025. And again, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for supporting this show over the years. It really does mean the world to me. I really appreciate it. And if you are watching or listening to this without ads, it is thanks to individuals like Raina. Their support allows this show to stay ad-free, keep the lights on, keep the hosting bills paid, keep everything running. So thank you very much, Raina. If you enjoy it, leave a thank you note in the comments on YouTube. That'd be nice. And that's going to wrap up today. Happy 2025. We're in it. We are in it. There's no denying it. This is 2025, even though in my notebook I was writing December 2025. It's January. We're in it. No denying it. Accept it. We're there. On our way halfway through. All right. Not halfway through. No, 11 days in. That's not halfway through. Learn math, Andrew. All right. I hope you have an amazing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next Sunday, I will be back. If my brain doesn't completely shut off, I will be talking at you, with you, about news, about what you had to say, about gear that I'm testing, all of it. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Whoa. Whoa.
This has been a Geeks Rising production. Your executive producer is Bandrew Scott. For more information, head over to www.geeksrising.com.